Amar Mitra's novel Dhanapatir's Char explores a geographical anomaly in the Bay of Bengal, a piece of land defined by its refusal to remain permanent. This is a landscape in motion. It's a transient sandbar that surfaces for only 6 months before the rising sea reclaims it entirely. Local mythology explains this rhythm as the breathing of a giant sleeping tortoise. For half the year, the creature surfaces for air, providing a temporary platform of mud and silt for anyone desperate enough to use it. Fisherwomen like Batashi travel to this rising shell to escape the mainland. They are fleeing the crushing poverty and the suffocating reach of broken homes, seeking a place where the world might lose track of them. Because no one builds a permanent police station or a tax office on a sandbar destined to sink, the island remains a blind spot for the mainland's authorities. This geological instability creates a rare, fleeting space where the law simply doesn't care to look. But geographic isolation is a vulnerability. Being cut off from the eyes of society leaves these women completely exposed to the opportunists who move into lawless zones. The women lean into the island's folklore for comfort. They sing lullabies to the tortoise god, using the heavy coastal darkness as a shield to hide their presence from the rest of the world. That shield is easily broken. A single flashlight beam cuts through the protective darkness, stripping away the mythology to reveal the reality beneath. A space without a legal floor offers no protection. Without state oversight, it doesn't leave a vacuum of freedom. It creates a hunting ground for those strong enough to take what they want. 2 men represent the dual threats on the island: Constable Mangal Midday, who holds the power of the state, and the traitor Dasharat Singh, who controls the capital. The constable and traitor leverage their positions to extract money, catch, and sexual favors from the women. The island's 6-month lifespan creates a closed loop. The women cannot report abuse without risking the livelihoods that brought them here. The men frame this violence as standard procedure, calling their extortion tax collection or the price of trade to maintain a thin veneer of legitimacy. In these in-between spaces, state authorities don't necessarily disappear. They simply shed their duty to protect, using their badges as tools to ensure their own crimes go unrecorded. The power dynamic shifts when the traitor discovers a secret Batashi has been hiding since she arrived. Batashi is an undocumented Bangladeshi Muslim migrant. In the eyes of the law, she is on the wrong side of a geopolitical divide she cannot escape. The traitor escalates his demands immediately. He moves from economic theft to existential blackmail, threatening to hand her over to the border police or sell her to a brothel. This militarized fence represents a human construct, a rigid line that stands in total contrast to the shifting, fluid mud of the island. On this sandbar that barely exists, the only thing that remains firm is the threat of the border. It is a tool used to strip Batashin of her history and her safety, turning her identity into her greatest liability. Batashi realizes that the edge of the world isn't far enough. She cannot outrun patriarchal violence or state oppression because she carries her status with her. As the weather turns, the Bay of Bengal reclaims the land. The tortoise god goes to sleep, and the temporary island begins to drown. The rising tide performs a final act of erasure. It scrubs away the shanties, the footprints of the traitor, and the evidence of the constable's corruption, leaving the water as clean as if no one had ever set foot there. But the women carry the evidence back with them. While the sea erases the physical island, the psychological and societal damage they endured follows them back to the mainland. Dhanapatir's Char reveals that for the undocumented, sanctuary is a myth. When society deems you illegal, you are condemned to live in the in-between, vulnerable to the laws of a world that has already rejected you.